Hello there guys, and welcome back to our car modeling tutorial. And today in this episode we are finally going to bridge the gap back here. So the first thing we'll do, I think, in this section is we will have a look at working around the light. So we'll have a look at working around the rear lights here, and I think to do that what we'll do is we will let's insert an edge loop around here. And real quick, what we'll do is we'll pull this. Let's make sure that I'm in my world view here. Just pull this out ever so slightly. And just to get that little bit of curvature in that area. What we'll do is we'll go up and around this light, similar to how we did around this section here and how we did along the side in the previous few episodes. And I think what we'll do is we'll do that by extruding up this edge first. So we'll do something like that. Now, let's actually get our view here and our side view, so we'll quickly just pull that in roughly to where I think it should be. And what we'll do is we're just going to add super basic geometry going up and around this side here. So we're just going to add one in for now here. We'll go again up to this corner here. We'll go again around here. And I think we'll drop two here so we can have it run along that edge there. So just try and put those in here. And then we'll take one more down, which could merge just there. So what we'll do, let's just get these roughly in position. We'll do that. This one. And we'll just pull these around something like this. Now it can be fairly rough for now, fairly crude. I think this one at this point can actually merge and join here. This one probably put around there. We could maybe join that here as well. Just kind of help us get the shape. Kind of drop that one around there then, and maybe go closer to this corner. Each of those, because they'll help sharpen each other off when we come to do those rear lights. This one we could drop just up here. Now what I want to do with these is I want to keep them fairly close to, I'm going to want these edges on this kind of side of the corner, because we're not going to be able to add too much information down this left hand side, so it's going to be a case of we add double pieces of geometry inside here to help kind of shape those sections. We'll do something like that. In our side view here, we're going to need to make sure that we're sitting where we should. So this one here, about there, that's okay. Take this one in here. Take that one up here. So we're just going to kind of bring them in position now in our side view. It's tricky because I'm pretty sure we can't actually see these elements in our top view. So we want that to sit somewhere like that. Okay. Take those points out here and here. We'll just try to take those the best we can into their positions there. I think this one I probably want to have like that. Okay, it's not looking too bad. What we'll do is we'll just tidy that up in the top view. Now we can't see this, I imagine, because of the spoiler, but we just want to make sure that we're kind of sat in a nice some nice smooth curves and such to this. Looks okay. What we could do is we could grab these two edges here real quick and we will bridge those together. So now we need to think about what we're going to do with the rest of this arch section. So I think what we'll do is we'll grab all of these here and we'll hit Ctrl E. Let's bring that up. Maybe straighten that off slightly. So this is going to want to sit along here. So we can see there that we have our line going through for the side of the vehicle here. So what we'll actually do is we'll snap that there, because we know that's in a good position. These now, what we'll want is we'll want these to follow the line. It's quite faint to see just through there. What we'll want to do is we'll want to get these all moved in, so they're matching the crease along the top, which we can just about make out here. Which will eventually meet there. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need a line that's going to run straight down this edge. So we will insert an edge loop about halfway through, and then we're just going to pull that out slightly just to help get a little bit of curve to this element, because there is a little bit of curve down there. What we'll also need to do is do the same down here as well. So get that roughly in place to match. And what we'll actually want to do with this is we're probably going to want to deselect a lot of the frontal elements of that line before we pull this one out to match, because again we do want some decent curvature there. So we'll pull that out something like that. That looks pretty good. And we will quickly snap to that line. We could maybe do at the front here is grab all of these points, maybe just pull them forward slightly, just to help give a little bit of curve. So we can come out this way. Okay, so jump back here. This is all looking pretty good. Now we've got a line to kind of work towards, but not liking how much it's arching down right now. So we'll maybe pull this up here, because we always want our lines to be a little bit smoother. We don't ever really want to have an arch down and then straight off. What we want to do is we'll kind of want to wave this line down to that point. So that's looking pretty good. So I think what we'll do is let's get this section here filled in, and because this has got most of the curve to it, it'll be best to extrude these elements up rather than trying to go around and match the curve here. So we'll pull these up and take them in. So we've got a few that we can snap to right off the bat. So we can hold V. We can merge those bad boys there. And then we'll do the same here. We'll hold V and we'll merge to those points. Okay. Now with these we're going to want to try to use them to maintain the corner. So let's just make sure they're sitting pretty good. I think that should be fine. That should be fine. So we've kind of got a little wave there. What we could do is we could just pull them up just to kind of make one nice fluid line straight down there. And then we'll want to make sure that they're following the curve here nicely. Something like that. That's good. And we'll extrude these up just one more time, doing the exact same. And then we'll take these up to, again, maintain the curvature up here, maintain the line. And again, you can make sure that these are staying nice and straight rather than bobbling. Do something like that. Okay. From our top view here, we can just make sure that these are sitting on the correct curve. So here I think we want to maybe go in actually. I don't want to go too close because I don't want that to become a little bit of a pinch point. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now what we'll want to do is have a think about getting this section up here joined. So if we jump into our rear view, let's just see how what's currently there is sitting in terms of height. Let's put these points here. So we can see that that's actually quite high. So maybe pull those down just a little bit here. Just make sure that we're not sitting too high now the whole time. So we'll pull a few more of these down. We don't want to be going too high on that section there. So it looks like we could probably have a think about extending across this section now. With this section, what I think we'll want to do is we'll want to extrude these points across here. We don't want to extrude down because we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lines / extrusions that we need to add, whereas here we'll just have 3. So we'll grab all the edges here, all excluding what we have for our real light there. We'll just pull this across and straighten that off just a little bit. And what we'll do with this is we will do 2 things first. Firstly, we want this point here to merge with this one. So I'm just going to hold V and do that. Secondly, we're going to want this one here to merge there. I'll actually get mesh and merge those 2 together real quick. Okay. Now, we're going to want this here to nicely follow the crease, which looks like it is. It looks like it's actually quite a lot further across here. So I'm going to want to pull that over there. And we just want to match that over here. So we can just about see that line there. Again, I want to make sure that it's not wavy. We want to get in, make sure that this line is as straight as possible. That's good. And then we'll want to make sure that we're following the correct line all the way across here. We can do that using our back view here, which looks like it's around there. Maybe if I get this moving like so. Okay, happy with that. And what we'll do now is we'll insert some edge loops. Firstly we'll drop one here, and we're going to select all of these loops apart from the one that actually touches the rear light there. I'm just going to bring that up just to kind of match the line that we have up here, and again we can snap those together, just make sure that's fully snapped as well. We'll do the same to, well, we won't do the same first. What we'll do is let's position this line. And the reason we'll do this like this is because the neater this is, the neater our next line should be, in theory. So we'll drag this, pop this all the way along here. Looks like maybe we want to go more to the right here with these points. Now this is a stage in the model where we want to be super careful. The more wavy lines we have at this point, the harder it will be when it comes to smoothing to kind of sort out. So we want to make sure that we're looking good here. Same again. We do select and we'll pull this up. Snap here on this side. So we've got a half decent line that time. So that's looking pretty good. Here's looking like it kind of changes a little bit from our older section to our newer section. So maybe we want to bring this down just a touch. Just re-snap those to it. That looks better. Don't really want a little kink there, I just want that to kind of smoothly move all the way up. And what we'll do is in our back view, we'll make these components again. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use those lines that we've added just here. We're going to use these to kind of outline the corners to our rear lights here. Just make sure we're looking okay in each view. So these are just going to help form the corners. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we've got two pieces here which are kind of helping form the corners to this section. So what we'll do is we'll just add one more line in just down here. Let's insert an edge loop. That one. And we'll just drop one in just there, that'll be fine. And we'll quickly just make sure we're matching curvature slightly there. And I'm just going to do the exact same. We should still be in our component view. We're just going to pull that down over here just so it helps pull that corner together. Looks pretty good. Okay. So fairly happy with that. Maybe fine there, but it's kind of kicking a bit too far out here. Looks better. This section here, I'm thinking pull out slightly and down. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. What we'll maybe do now is along the back section we have this next little lip, so what we'll do is we'll grab all of the edges here and we'll hit Ctrl E and we'll just bring that up just to match that lip, and we can see that this section here is actually going to be in the wrong place now, so we can adjust that just now. So we'll bring that up here and we'll merge those together. And let's maybe bring our lower option back here so we get this nice and in line. So that's looking pretty good. See how that sits there. Yeah, happy enough with that, I think. Okay, so it looks like for this section here, it looks like this actually needs to go a little bit lower. So let's delete that. Also, whilst we're here, one thing I didn't think of the night is we quickly need to just snap these points here into the center. So it looks like that actually needs to sit considerably lower, so let's jump into our back view. It looks like it needs to sit more like that. Kind of scoop up and underneath. Let's just have a look at my references here. Yeah. So this section here actually does drop a whole lot lower. So I'll grab all of these here, go down and underneath. Grab these points here and do the same. And I think these points here should drop to just ever so slightly. And then we can just really pull these higher points up. So pull those up slightly, so we'll start with these ones here. We'll just kind of get them roughly in line with where we had them before. When it comes to smoothing, we may need to fine tune this element anyway. So just do something like that. And maybe just drop that down a little bit as well. So I've selected more than I would have wanted to there. Okay. Maybe a little bit lower still. that's looking pretty good. So I think what we'll do, let's take these 2 points here and isolate them. Now we could take all of these bits across here, but I think that will be a bit awkward. I think what we'll do is we'll extrude this all the way down to the edge, bring that all the way down here, and then add in the lines to kind of facilitate what we have there. So if we grab all of these here, we can hit Control E, and we'll just extrude these all the way out to the edge really. Now it's a little bit awkward because we don't have any kind of matching geometry here. So I think... Alright guys, so what I think we'll try to do here is I think we'll try to kite this off. Now this is going to be underneath something, so it's not going to look... I'm not going to really see it, but what we could try to do, let's make sure that we're in line with something here. What we could try to do is could try just to kite this section off, just to get rid of one of these lines back here. So we could do something like this, and inside here, let's go for our edges. Let's delete this edge in the middle, and here, and delete these vertices. Now what we've done is create a little polygon in here, which has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But what this is going to allow us to do is this is going to allow us to have it so we've only got actual one face coming down here, so we can only need to add one inside there. What we'll want to do with this is we'll want to obviously bring this all the way across here. So we've still got the correct amount of sides and things on there. We've just managed to take it down from 1 to 2. And what this should allow us to do at this point here is merge what we've already got. If we was to insert one more edge loop onto this section here, this will allow us to snap to these points. What we'll want to do with this is let's just make sure that all of these sit super flat. And take it down, so it does kind of curve down then up like a little tray section there. Okay. So that should be fine. We may need to do that a couple of times over here, but the problem is this section here won't be hidden when it comes to doing that. Well, let's just grab all of these parts here, Control E, let's take these down inside here. Now what we can do is we can snap there. Maybe just bring in slightly here. We can definitely snap here. Now what we'll want to do with this is we're going to add another line to go inside here, which is going to eventually go and it's going to make it so that this is a polygon there. So that'll be fine. Now let's get this into what looks like its position over here. Looks like that's the line that we want this section to be working from. And if we check, hopefully see something in the back view here. So that line here, what we add in, is going to have to... That looks like it's sitting okay, so if we add this line in just now, add it in just there. What this line is going to do is it's actually going to kind of bring it down and in. like that, and then we can actually add it to this point just now inside here. Maybe it gets less and less as we get up here. Get this here to snap down there. Okay, what we can do is let's quickly flip this, Control D, Control G, -1 there onto the other side. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think we'll stop the episode just there. And the next episode we'll have a look at filling that gap. In between episodes, that'll give me some time to actually think about how we'll do that, considering the amount of geometry that's inside there. Side here is looking pretty good. I think in the next episode, after filling that gap here, we might think about the aerodynamic components going on this side, the sections here. We'll need to have a think about, we've got an extra scoop inside here to have a look at. And then I think it'll just be a case about odds and ends in terms of the body before moving on to window trims and things like that. Okay guys, cool.